Assalamualaikum. Happy Thursday. So today we meet again in 10 on Thursday where I will share a workplace story. And from that story, we can think about what we can do differently and what can we learn from that incident. Okay. So today, the title of my story is the one where everything is a priority. All right, it's the end of January, guys. Today is Thursday, 27th of January. So most of the time when I was still working, this is the month where a lot of people are busy. Semua orang sibuk sebab this is the time where you are doing your goal setting, right? So you need to set your KPI, you need to set your OKR, you need to set your smart goals, anything, all those lingo that is related to having a goals, yeah. Why we need a goals? Yeah, because we are working, right? And definitely we are working towards something. If there is no KPI, if there are no goals, then it's like we are working without direction. We are working just because we need to have a salary at the end of the month. There is no direction. There is no indication of there's no indication of whether I'm performing or not. Okay, so performance is not about filling up the form, yeah. It's not about telling HR, okay, here's my KPI, keep it in the drawer. We'll see you again at the end of the year. But really, performance is where you should feel good about, yeah. So bila dah buat kerja banyak-banyak tu, at the end of the day, you want to feel satisfied at work. So definitely, you must set a very good goals. So today's story, when the one where everything is a priority, is actually about the story where I sit with my boss talking about my KPI. It was January. It was, let me see. Yeah, it was this happened in 2012, guys, and it was early of the month, and as often we need to sit together and talk about our KPI. Now, back in this company, we don't call it KPI, rather we call it work and development plan. Yeah, work development plan. Because when you are setting your KPI, both are important. What you need to work on and what you need to be developed on. Okay, because sometimes something that you need to work on is something's new for you. So definitely development is important. Okay, so we call it work and development plan. So what happened was based on the role that was assigned, or basically everyone has a role, right? So it's not a new assignment or something like that. But yeah, based on what I feel that I need to contribute to the organization that year, I type it. I type in the form that clearly HR gave. Type it. So there are what? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 areas that I need to work on. So I write it down based on what I understand I need to deliver. Then I emailed it to him. Then I set the date. Okay, boss, this is my WNDP. Let's meet up in a week time and whatnot. So I booked his calendar and then we agreed to meet, and eventually the day came. So he looked at my WNDP form. He looked at it and it's like, okay, so this is all right. I don't think you should focus on this. Take it out, put something new and whatnot. And eventually, yeah, uh, we finalized 9 areas that we need to work on. So there are two parts of the WNDP that year. The first part is where we need to put a goal where we build the business. Okay. And the second part is the area where we need to build the organization. You may feel like, apa benda ni? Apa beza business and organization, right? So build the business is really money related, yeah, profit related, goal, finance related goal. So whatever you are doing will contribute to financial health of the organization. Where else build the organization is how I contribute to build the capabilities of the whole organization. Everybody have this goal. Yeah. So we see that everyone needs to contribute to, of course, the financial part of the organization, where your job is directly impacting the bottom line. And the other one is talking about growth, where your job is impacting the wellness or the health of the organization in general. It could be the system, it could be the people, and it could be The technology, yeah, but mostly these three, yeah, people, technology, and apa tadi I sebut? People, technology, and the system. Yeah, the system that you're working on, improving the system and whatnot. Okay, of course, whatever you're doing, that building the organization will eventually impact the bottom line anyway. But we segregate it so that we are clear. We are clear when we are doing it, which will have the greater impact. Okay. Now, as we agreed on all the projects, we agreed on the high level strategy that I'm supporting. We agreed on what are the deliverables, outcomes that are expected. We agreed on the success measure. Very important, guys. Success measure is very important because how do you know you're successful in doing it? So therefore, success measure is important, right? And the last one is the results achieved. Results achieved is basically towards the end of the quarter, where we review the WNDP and then we know, oh, okay, so where you are at right now and things like that, right? So there is one column in that form which is a priority. I already write my priority, right? And he was like looking at me with the form in hand. I printed it. That one is priority one. I'm like, okay, right? I put priority one. That one is priority one too. I just look at his face, right? Oh, okay, one, fine. And that one is one, two. That one is one, two. Okay, fine. That one is two. That one is one. That one is one. That one is one. I just look at him like, um, I look at his face. Everything is one. If everything is one, I told him, how am I supposed to know where I need to focus on? Like, it cannot be everything is one, right? He just looked at me annoyed. You see, I'm me and my boss. We have a very good relationship, right? So I can give him my annoying face, and he can give me my annoying face in a safe, professional manner. And he agreed to change only one of my priority one to two, which bothers me a lot, right? But anyway, he's the boss. I agree. So in the end, I have one, two, three, four, five, six out of nine priority one, and then only three priority two. I don't have priority three. But his reasoning is very simple. Uh, your KPI, he told me, and my KPI is the same. If you are not meeting your KPI, I am not meeting my KPI. If I am not meeting my KPI, the whole organization does not meet their KPI. And I was like, okay, got it. Now, how come my boss KPI and my KPI is the same? It's not 100% the same, but it's 90% the same because back then I was the performance manager of the organization. I take care of the performance of the whole organization, which means that includes his KPI, right? Because he is also responsible for the performance of the organization as a whole. I am the one who make things happen, and I am the one who make sure that things happen, make sure that people are geared. I'm sorry. I must make sure that there is a way people's performance are reviewed. Okay, the line performance are reviewed, while he makes sure that to remove any blocks that stopping people from meeting the performance of meeting the line performance or the performance of the unit or department or something like that, right? So we clearly work hand in hand. So therefore, he say everything is a high priority because both of us needs to work together to make sure that the whole organization's performance are met. Right. So I went out of this room and just look at my form. Yeah, I still keep it, guys. I still keep it. This is my performance back then. And as you can see, I'm not lying, man. Everything is one, 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 one. Anyway, although everything is 1111, we do agree on a timeline where we need to work on. As you can see, there are some December, there are some first quarter of the year, there are some monthly, there are some June, May, which mean although everything is priority one, based on the timeline that I have, I can actually plan my work so that everything that I plan on a monthly basis or weekly basis are geared towards it. Okay, for anything that is December doesn't mean I wait until November to get it done, but it means because if high priority one, I have 12 months to work on making sure that whatever it is that I need to develop are well planned. Okay, and if there's anything that, for example, I have something here in May. Okay, so in May, which mean, and it's also a priority one, which mean I also need to, I know that I have until May to work on it. Okay, once May done, then I can move on to something else, say in June or something. Oh, I also have something March here. So which mean for every quarter and every month, I have to be conscious on what I want to focus on. Okay, so that I do not jeopardize the importance of it. All right. So what I'm telling you here is one, when you are working on your KPI, right? You definitely, it's a good idea to put a priority one, two, or three, but you must also be very clear. What does it mean by one? Cannot fail, for example. What does it mean by two? Um, must meet the minimum level, something like that. And three means what? It can be discussed or something like that. Must have a clear clarity. And number two, there must also be a clear timing of when you want to achieve certain KPI. Okay, I would suggest this KPI. I tell you, it's not reviewed every December. Towards the end of the year, this is something that we talk about on a daily basis, on weekly basis, on a monthly basis. So everything that I wrote here is actually reviewed very frequently. Okay, and the higher priority it is, the more frequent the review is done. So anything that is one in my KPI is almost discussed. I must make sure that the whatever system I put in place must be discussed every day, okay, or every week, okay. And anything on priority two is definitely a monthly review thing, okay. Um, will I do anything different? Yeah, if there's anything different that I put here is I will definitely define what is one, two, three. What does it mean by one? What does it mean by two? What does it mean by three? Because it's not appear in this form. But and also other than that, I guess it's good because that year I definitely nailed every single one, two, three, all nine results that I need to achieve. Okay, because this form is a guide, right, on what I need to do. But there is another form everywhere in the plant where I actually monitor the progress of my KPI. So this form, as you can see, I still keep it to show that it is a very important piece of document that I need to keep as to manage my performance. And I don't remember if HR have a copy, but all of us have a copy of a development plan. All right, so yep, this is a story where everything is a priority. It's crazy, but I understand why it became a priority. We discussed that, and as you can see, I also negotiate with my manager. Like, can we have at least I have one more, two or two more tools, in that. We are clear on why everything's one. We are clear, we negotiate, so we have a very successful discussion, and we also staggered the period of where and when the KPI needs to be achieved. I overrun, but anyway, the last thing that I want to share with you is talking about priority, talking about KPI. This Saturday, me and my friends were going to review my favorite performance management book, that is the four disciplines of execution, and we are going to talk about the widely important goals. Okay. Again, you cannot have everything is priority, right? So how do you set a focus is by identifying your widely important goals. So join me this Saturday at 10 o'clock. Faisal, with Faisal and Firdaus, three of us will be talking about four disciplines of execution, my favorite performance, one of my favorite management books. So hope to see you Saturday. Bye.